Hi, I'm Chris Haigh and this is the Fiddle Channel, and today we're going to play Setting the Woods on Fire. Setting the Woods on Fire is one of the few songs by Hank Williams which was not actually written by him. It was written by Fred Rose, his publisher. Features the fiddle playing of Jerry Rivers, as do most of his songs. It's one of the songs in my Hank Williams collection, which includes a general introduction to Hank Williams and his fiddlers, and also has 20 songs with all the intros and verses and choruses, melodies, solos and so forth. So that is available only on my Patreon page to people who join me on Patreon. Okay, I'm going to give you the intro to this, the vocal melody and then the original solo. So the intro without double stops is... But it's much better if you do this. And that's using what I call the scale of sixths, where the melody is on the top and the harmony is on the string below, a position below, and it's a sixth below. And once you've mastered that scale, it's very easy to harmonise things like this. I'll just go through that one more time. Okay, now we're into the verse. And I always recommend that you learn the vocal melody, even if you never actually play it. So it goes like this. It's also a great idea to learn the chord sequence, and if you can, emphasize the beginning of each chord change with a double stop which emphasizes that chord. So for the C chord at the beginning, the melody note is a G, but if you put a C above it, that will emphasize that. And then an F below the C note. Either a G below or a G above. Then we're into the chorus. And the verse again. And notice that we've got only three chords for most of it. The two, which the C, the F and the G, which is the 1, the 4 and the 5. But when you hear an unusual chord, it's almost always the second chord, which in the case of C major is a D major. So if you've been playing this song for ages and there's a chord that has always puzzled you and you've been embarrassed or too lazy to ask anyone what's that chord, chances are it's almost always the 2 chord, which has turned from a minor, which would normally be, to a major. Okay, let's go through the intro, the verse, the bridge and the verse again. Here we go with the verse. Now, when it comes to playing behind the vocal rather than copying the vocal line, then you need several double stops for each chord. So a C could be a C over an E, or an E over a C, or a high E over a C. An F could be, a G could be. It's pretty easy to work these out for yourself, but you need to, in the long run, you need to be able to do this without really thinking. As soon as you see a G chord symbol, then you should know that there are these various places where your fingers can go. And having learnt that, then you can either go dum, cha, dum, cha, dum, cha, or you can do a more sophisticated thing, the thing that I call joined up country, where you walk from one chord to the next. So you're effectively doing what the bass player is doing, which is walking from one chord to the next and harmonizing it at the same time, which is very interesting. It's a great musical exercise, and it really fattens out the sound. I'm just going to go through again, and this with the backing, and this time I will do a mixture of those chops and shuffles and walks. Now, if you listen to the original recording, we have solos alternating between the steel and the fiddle, with the steel starting, and the whole verse chorus is split 4 ways. And in this case, I've transcribed the whole thing, including the steel solo. So I haven't done the harmonies on the steel part because they don't necessarily transfer very easily to the fiddle. So I'll just give you the first line. Then the fiddle comes in with a second finger over a third finger. So there's quite a lot going on there. 2 over 3. Keep both fingers where they are and just move your bow over. When we get down to the D string, and just do a drone on the G, and then second finger over first finger, sliding up into third position, and then slide that down and up again. And then your third and second go on, down to first position. That's a good one to learn for use in other places. And then okay, then it's onto the steel. Then the fiddle comes back in. Now, is it worth learning these solos? If you have no inclination to improvise and no imagination, then yes, it is a good idea. I would recommend in the long term that you simply learn how to make your own solos and only use bits of solo that are very recognizable, or take individual licks which are worth learning and can be used in different places. That's my approach. It's not everybody's approach. But let me play you through all of this solo with the backing. Okay, thank you for watching. I hope you found this useful. If you would like a copy of the dots for this, then do subscribe and send me an email. If you'd like to get a similar thing for 20 different Hank Williams songs, I have this Hank Williams collection, which is available only on my Patreon page. And when you join Patreon, you get also all of my PDFs, and you get to support me and help me to keep these videos coming for free. Thanks for watching. See you again soon.